a great movie, really. It was okay.
It's whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. They all transcended them.
Yeah, like that went above. This didn't. And
No.
like at all. This is bet into that movie, you know. It's installed into that movie. I literally have nothing else to say about that. That's the least amount of research.
I'm actually surprised you even got that much about
I'm looking at it here. I have a full page. I have a full page about 9 to 5, and I have 4 little small lines about La Bamba by Los Lobos.
People will have skipped this
Also,
section
apparently,
and this song by now.
La Bamba means do a stomp. Do a stomp. Los Lobos means the wolves, and originally they were called the Wolves of East Los Angeles.
Do you know what? They should record that onto a tape, put it on the ground, and do a La Bamba on it a few times.
Just la fuck this song. No, I'm okay with that song. I have to say, I'm grand with it. But what we will do is we'll move swiftly on.
It's a good song.
Hit me.
1994, The Crow. Jesus, you could have your pick.
You couldn't have your pick, but you picked the best one on the soundtrack.
Yeah, Born by The Cure.
It's also the best Cure song, I think.
It's in the top 5. I can see it. It's arguably the best. Yeah,
it's just
utter perfection.
It's juicy as well
from the start of it.
Juicy
from the very start. It just
has a mood. It has a mood that never breaks. You ever have some songs that you listen to it when you're real happy and go, Jesus Christ, I love it. And you listen to it when you're sad and you're like, Jesus, it's making me sadder. Jesus Christ, this doesn't change.
No,
doesn't change. Born is just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it was wasted on a fucking soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy that he put that much effort into a song for a soundtrack, yeah. And it is to the point where at first I thought, no, that's just a Cure song that he added to that when he was asked. But it does have the lyric in it, Dream the Crow, Black Dream. It is written for it. And I think I know why he put a lot of effort into this. The comic book The Crow is massively influenced by The Cure.
Yeah, he looks like him.
But even like that Cure, that Crow
J.O. Bar
has pages of like the Hanging Garden lyrics in it and stuff. It's massively influenced by The Cure. Yeah. So that phone call to him would have been like, by the way, this you're part of this, even if you don't do this song.
Yeah, even if you're not into it,
you'll always
he's based on your look.
Yes,
you know.
That soundtrack, Jesus Christ.
There's nothing bad in it.
Talking, obviously The Cure, Stone Temple Pilots, 9 Inch Nails, Pantera, Rage Against the Machine on it as well.
Yeah.
Helmet, Jesus and Mary Chain. Stop, just fucking stop.
Rage Against the Machine were supposed to have a song, the Judgment Night soundtrack, with Tool as well, weren't they? Yes.
Well,
and they never finished it. It was called Revolution.
Well, Rage Against the Machine have a song with Maynard on it, or is it the other way around? No,
there's one of those. I always get Judgment Night and Crow mixed up because roughly around the same time, and they had kind of a similar vibe. There was definitely an unreleased Rage Against the Machine and Tool crossover song that was called, I think it was called Revolution, and there's no finished recording of it. There's a rough demo that they were sending back and forward to each other that you can find on YouTube, but it was never released.
But those bands were linked. They were like LA.
Yeah, but they were the same.
At the
same band for at one stage.
There is a song.
There could be a crossover song, but there's one that's lost. And if you listen to it on YouTube, you'll know why it was lost because it was fucking shite. It was garbage.
The Crow is a great film if you don't keep going back to watch it.
Yeah, just let the nostalgia carry
it. The soundtrack is definitely 100%. Yeah, but it's also not going to fade the more you listen to it. I think it has a great Machines of Love and Grace song on it as well. It is possibly my favourite soundtrack of all time because
that got released this year for Record Store Day as well, didn't it?
I never got it.
Nobody got it. Nobody I know got it.
I know 2 people that got it.
Really?
Yeah.
It just popped up in the wild over here, like.
So
I tried.
Someone I know that got it.
I tried,
but fuck it. Man, records there. I never save money for Record Day, but I should have kept my eye out for that one.
I had the feelers out in the shops for the lads I knew, saying, "Grab that fucking thing, grab that thing," and never showed up in any shops I wanted it in.
Sure, listen, you get it again. The Cure song on it is one of the best parts. It's a brilliant part of the film as well.
Yeah,
and it's a huge part of my childhood. No, well, it's a childhood. It would have been
adolescence.
94, yeah. I mean, I'm 13. That comes out.
It's definitely adolescence.
And it still to this day is a huge part of my life. That song, you know when you're doing a gotcha, you don't want to play Born because you don't want to be seen as the guy who played Born.
The guy who plays it, yeah.
But then you do it and everyone goes, yeah, deadly, and dances and loves it. It's not you can't really go wrong with it. I could listen to that song 3 times a day and not get bored of it. I'm pretty sure I listen to it once a week.
Born, it's on the soundtrack in where I work. And
Yeah.
it's I hear it at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Another song you could stick on the Disintegration, if it wasn't for the production value being completely different, you could stick on Disintegration that has that Simon Gallup bass. Actually, I don't know if Simon Gallup played bass on that. I think that was only Robert Smith and the drummer at the time that did this song. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was him and Boris Smith that did this. I don't think the rest of the band were fully involved in this. Actually,
Interesting.
But it's a pure Simon Gallup bass line.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a pure bass line. And
Maybe it's him doing his best version of it.
I saw it live recently at their gig. The only thing I can say about that I didn't like, it was played too early in the set. It was the second song in.
Really?
Yeah. It was the second
That's
song
weird.
after Shake Dog Shake, which is an incredible song that started off. So people were only getting their bearings that this was, I'm at a Cure gig. It's only sinking in.
Like a hit with a fucking
And
hammer.
he takes it with the little kind of recorder flutey thing
Yeah.
and that little whistle.
Yeah.
And then you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But it just, I wish it had been a bit more tipsy, a bit more into the gig. I wish it had been a bit more darker out. It was still very bright out when it was on. But these are minor complaints. I got to see Born, which they weren't playing for a very long
ages,
time.
yeah.
A very long time.
I'd heard that as well. That was kind of off the list for a long time.
And to be honest with you, just by about a minute, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about all these things. I was complaining at the time, no, it's too early, no.
No, I'm in now.
By the end of it, I was just like, that live.
It's
And
happened.
and they played it absolutely perfectly, like they did every song that night.
Nailed.
And it's one of those memories I will never forget. Here's your next one.
My next one is Call Me by Blondie.
I didn't even know this was for a film.
This was for American Gigolo with Richard Gere.
Yeah. This song.
You don't like this song? The history of the song is fucking insane.
I do like this song.
You will like the song more after I tell you where it came from.
Do you know what? As a kid, I loved it, but I preferred Heart of Glass. And then I'm actually...
Really?
Yeah, Heart of Glass is a better song, but War Child is an even better song with Blondie. Blondie have a lot of deadly songs.
Hanging on the Telephone is my favourite Blondie song.
That's up there in my top.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible.
I hate Disco Blondie. I fucking despise Disco
That's
Blondie.
terrible. And especially when they... like, I don't like Atomic.
No.
Atomic.
Listen,
The
Blondie
tide
weren't
is
really...
high. It can absolutely fuck off.
Die in a big fire
Yeah.
is what I can die in.
No, I do like this. Do you know what I hate about it? Whenever it's when someone wants to play Blondie and you're in a club, they're playing that one. I'd rather they play the ones we just mentioned.
Yeah.
But it is it's good. It's good. Go on, I'll give you that. Go on.
I have a soft spot for this song because we used to cover it with Skeleton Crew, and it was real fun to play. Real fun to play. You know, you got really into it. I had a kind of call response thing. It was just fun.
Yeah.
But this song was originally offered to Stevie Nicks. She turned it
They
down.
didn't write this.
Here's a weird one, right? They wanted
She could
a
have. I
theme
can
song.
hear that. I can hear her singing that right now. in my head.
She had nothing to do with it. Right?
No, but I can hear it,
It
yeah.
wasn't written in advance.
Oh,
None of this
okay,
stuff,
right.
What they had the movie with Richard Gere and all this kind of show. This is 1980, by the way. And they had Giorgio Moroder, right?
Who we just mentioned.
Giorgio Moroder, the father of fucking disco, the pioneer of Italo disco, right?
disco, yeah.
He worked with Freddie Mercury. He's still alive. Still was like 90.
He was in the last Daft Punk album.
Yeah, he's on
On a song called Giorgio Moroder.
Exactly. Daft Punk,
Or Love
Britney
Moroder,
Spears, Kylie Minogue. He produced I Love to Love You Baby, I Feel Love, MacArthur Park by Donna Summer.
You can feel his songs
Yeah.
when you hear them.
He done the soundtrack for Midnight Express.
Yeah.
So they had him and they had the movie. And they offered it to Nicks. She said no. She went, absolutely not. They offered it to fucking Blondie. And apparently what happened was they said, give me like 2 hours, something weird like that. And off they went. And within 2 hours, the balls of the song, like lyrically, and Holmes and whatever, just into a dictaphone,
Jesus.
was played over the telephone. So he got a hold of it. He jazzed it up. He gave it his little shine. Because even though it's not very disco-y, it has a disco kind of backbeat to it.
A bit punky.
Yeah, like it seems to be a good mishmash of everything that like. Now, here's what's weird about it. This is 10 times more a Debbie Harry song than a Blondie song, right? Like apparently, she's who they talked to. They didn't talk to the band. They talked to her. She went off and she done lyrics and hummed into a fucking telephone and all this kind of shit. And then it was sent off to him. He started placing a bit of music together. He sent it off back to them. They recorded their version of it, back and forth, and then eventually got together and they recorded this version of it. They also recorded it in Spanish.
Right.
Recorded the whole thing in Spanish.
La Bamba would be mad for that.
Yeah, exactly. The original version, the album version, is 8 minutes long.
Jesus.
That's where you'll hear his influence more than the radio edit.
Breakdowns. Yeah. I did not know that.
So the original version, 8 minutes 5 seconds long, and the radio version is 3 minutes 32 or something like that.
That's 5 minutes.
Yeah, that they chopped out of it. So you'll hear his influence in the longer one a lot more. They also, I think the album version of it has her singing the chorus in like
it's French,
in Portuguese, in French, in German.
The one that we know is the French.
I think there's one or two little bits. There's bits left in, but the long one has like 10 different languages mixed into it as well. But that's I don't associate that song with a movie. I fell on my feet there. I was looking up stuff and I was like, I said, call me, and I was like, that's a fucking killer song. I was like, oh shit, yeah, American Gigolo, fuck. I forgot all about that. So I got one for free, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it.
No, I'd say if I had been born in the 70s, I'd know that was from that movie, but I'm not because I'm young.
I know that movie. I've seen that movie. But I never, it's hard for me to associate that song with that movie. But, cause that song just stands on its fucking own.
So that's the male Pretty Woman, because he's a
pretty much.
In it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And he was in Pretty Woman as well, wasn't he?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And instead of someone snapping like a box with a ring in it, someone tries to snap a sewer on
his ring.
Sewer on it.
Anyway, hit me with your next one.
My next one is 1995. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Gangster's Paradise, Coolio. I fucking love this song, man.
It's super.
Do you know what? It's another one of those songs where the production makes it.
Yeah.
When you hear those opening strings, it's so to get that chill. Even though ultimately Coolio is a bit silly in the rest of his, he's not what you associate like serious.
He's not a rapper. He's not a rapper. I don't care what he says.
I think he's got a good flow in this anyway. He's got a really good flow in this. And lyrically, it's actually really good.
Oh yeah, it's super. I read an interview with him where he had zero experience rapping, right? And all his mates were rappers or producers.
I'm one of his mates, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. All of his mates were rappers and producers and DJs and all this kind of shit. And he had no real interest in it. And some random opportunity presented itself one evening. And he said, fuck it, I'll do it. He'd never rapped before. Ever. And he just, used like an NWA song or whatever. Picked a song out of his hole that he knew because he liked that music.
Yeah.
And just done it. And everyone was like, holy shit.
Yeah, like, he's not an incredible rapper. He's got a good tone to his voice.
Have a good voice. But
that tone.
He's also fucking mental. You know Pornhub?
Yeah.
You heard of it?
I mean, I could have, I wish I delayed a little bit more before I said yeah. And I wish my eyes hadn't a little, I also, we're on a podcast, I wish I hadn't told people my eyes lit up.
Exactly. And your jocks got a bit wet.
Not yet. Give it a minute.
But Pornhub, about, I'm going to call it 10 years ago, maybe less. Between 7 and 10 years. Pornhub started a record label.
I remember that.
You remember this? And their first signee was Coolio.
Yeah.
And Coolio wrote the theme song for Pornhub Records. Right? You can find it. And it's just him with a load of fucking dirty porno hewers fucking on a boat or in a fucking club or something. Getting crawled on by mots and fucking big chiseled blokes. Right? And it's honestly one of the worst things I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, it's up there.
I don't really like any of his other songs. Fantastic Journey or Voyage or whatever that.
Couldn't tell you. I'm going to straight up tell you. I do not know. I only know the porn song. And I can't remember it except it's Shy and Gangster's Paradise.
Welcome to the hub.
Exactly.
Get your nut on. Get your nut on. Welcome
I think
to
the
song
hub was something like that, like Bust Your Nut. I think it was called.
Bust Your Nut. It
was something like that.
Oh.
You just awakened a latent memory within me.
It's possibly the only Coolio song with no profanity in it.
It couldn't be, really. Not for the film in that year.
It's not the reason, though.
Is it not?
No. Do you know the Stevie Wonder sampling at the end? He said to Stevie Wonder, they said, can we use this? He went, yeah. Obviously, don't curse in the song. And they were like, what do you mean don't curse? Here's my sample. Don't think about even cursing it.
He Cosby'd him.
LV's good at that bit. You know LV, famous LV.